is an Unspoiled Network podcast.
This is Unscrupled, covering Angel, Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2, Heartthrob, and That Vision Thing. In these episodes, we learn that Angel has friends other than Darla. Also, Cordy gets damseled again. Welcome to Unscrupled. Well, hello there.
Hi there, Money. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. It's been 3 days since we recorded last, and yeah, this was, I liked the episodes, but there were some really problematic parts of it.
Yeah, we call that the early thousands.
I don't know. We're halfway through Angel, or we're getting close to halfway through Angel now, and I'm just hoping the show grows up just a little bit.
Oh, we're past halfway. Angel only got five seasons.
And we're starting season 3, so we've been through 2, so we're not halfway yet.
Okay, fine.
Math.
You know what? I just came home from work. I drove a total of 3 hours today, and I cannot math.
Okay.
I used all my math on my job.
So let's dive in, shall we? So Angel has been spending his time in a Tibetan retreat, apparently.
Yeah, he decided to, mourn Buffy in a classic way, which is secluding oneself and trying to find inner peace. That did not work out so well for him, and he really should have gone to Vegas with Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really frustrated because just, again, the math of the thing, Angel has been alive for over 200 years.
Yeah.
His time with Buffy was, the entire time he knew her was less than 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is 1.5% of his life.
I have some short relationships that fucking wrecked me. And so I can absolutely see where Angel's coming from.
Yes, but the duration of a successful relationship later, are you still, fucked up about this person?
Well, no, but it didn't just happen. And if they died, I'd be all sideways about it. And he wasn't over her. He still felt like they had chapters to do.
Get over her.
Well, yes. Yes, he does. But
sometimes a show
happen.
gets canceled. The Buffy and Angel relationship got canceled.
Yeah.
Suck it up. Like Firefly, you have to make your peace with it.
Well, yes, but Firefly hadn't happened yet. In fact, this is the beginning of Joss starting to work on Firefly and having his attentions split.
Okay.
Between 3 shows, which is stretching it even for that egomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're gonna start to notice that the show is different.
Okay. I think the show could stand a little less Joss.
Well, we're about to find out if that's a good plan or not.
Yeah.
I have opinions. I'm saving them.
Okay. Yeah, and he ends up having to save the monks by beating up some demon monks.
I think he saved the townsfolk by beating up the demon monks. Or rather, slaughtering them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, some of the monks, at least some of them, were pretty evil and trying to kill him. Or maybe not. Maybe they weren't evil and he's just a vampire and they were trying to rid the world of this scourge.
I know.
So who's to say? But what pissed me off is that he totally wrecked that temple, and it's probably 1,000 years old. I mean, Seriously, are you going to go back and do some carpentry and repair some of that shit? Because, fuck, Angel, it's not all about you.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a lot, it was made of wood.
Yeah.
I feel like one of them would have made a stake. Because we see our heroes randomly grabbing pieces of wood off dildos and trucks and things that shouldn't be wood most of the time. Somehow they're wood, and they pull a piece of wood off, and it is sharp enough to pierce a rib cage. And yeah, here's the entire fucking place is made of wood. It's really rickety. It's probably rotten.
I really want just one time for someone to grab a broken piece of chair and stab a vampire with it and be like, shit, IKEA, damn you!
Particle board doesn't count?
Who's to say? We just don't know, because everything's made of, like, pine, apparently.
Yeah. So, that's what's been going on here, and the crew is sort of holding it together because, it's like, let's be real, this business runs a lot smoother without its namesake.
Yeah, Angel's kind of the muscle. He was never the brains, but he, like, would try to be, and that's when things would go off.
Exactly.
So, yeah, things kind of are fine when he's at a monastery.
Right.
They miss him because they like him. No one knows why. But, yeah, everything's hunky-dory when he gets back.
Right. Fred is not doing well, though.
Fred isn't, but Fred imprinted on Angel like a duckling.
Again, not a trope I'm really fond of.
At least they address it. At least they're like, yeah, we can't talk to her because she doesn't want to talk to us because she only wants to talk to this guy. We're going to give her space because she's pretty traumatized and, you know, she'll figure it out, and she starts to.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
talk about it. It's the first time ever. Where it's like, yeah, she imprinted on him like a
But it's still a woman who knows nothing in this world but Angel. Like, you're not going to talk me into being okay with that.
Oh, no, I'm not okay with it, but at least they're like, yes, sometimes after trauma, you imprint on something inappropriate. Like this vampire, who's a putz, who bails on her for 3 goddamn months to go fight monks in Tibet or whatever. They don't acknowledge that Angel's kind of shitty for not taking care of her, but to be fair, he does have a lot of pain right now. But still, they at least acknowledge that trauma equals weird results, and maybe you gotta give those people space. And that's a message that we fucking need.
I'm okay with them, like, needing her to give space. What I'm not okay with is, like, the only thing she warms up to is Angel.
Well, she warmed up to some tacos.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. You're not giving me an inch on this, and I respect that.
It's not... Angel's not a comforting presence. He's not...
Nope. He's a pile of dead things.
He's not nice. He's not attractive. He's not, like...
He's not good. He's not a champion. He's not a hero.
He's a weird kind of twist on the Mary Sue in that, like, he's supposed to be flawed and broken, and yet still everyone is attracted to him for some strange reason.
So that's not a Mary Sue. That's like dudes. If you're kind of handsome and full of pain, girls think that's like catnip.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of like having those guys that brood. Oh man, girls really like that because they figure he has feelings and therefore he might have empathy. And so they flock to that thinking that those guys are going to be better. And usually they're worse because they're too wrapped up in their own pain. But women don't like, and I'm generalizing hugely, but ladies...
You do fuck a lot more women than I do, so...
But yeah, see, it's this thing where they think they can save him, and they'll be doing this great thing. They can ease his pain, they can heal him, and that's not how you heal people. You can't heal them with, you can't...
It feels incredibly Mary Sue-ish in that he just sort of fumbles his way through his adventures.
That is the guy that Mary Sue girls want to be with. That flat, expressionless, completely devoid of personality guy. Think about it. Think about, dare I say it, Edward Cullen.
I've never seen.
Oh,
12.
Okay, well, let me take you down a journey.
Let's
It's
not,
terrible.
because we're, like...
It's a terrible journey, but you make me listen to you talk about Friends. No, this is a whole thing where people, especially young girls, romanticize these damaged yet strong dudes who are super broody for fuck all knows what reason. I'm still trying to figure it out. But when I was full of pain, girls thought that was like catnip, yo.
Okay. My point is that he's Mary Sue-ish in that despite his complete lack of qualifications, everyone seems to have some kind of faith in him. And it's not just the main characters, it's the powers that be, and I get super excited when we run across a character that is not having Angel shit. And here is an actress I'm super excited to see because I know that she's capable of a lot, and I've seen her work, even in Joss Whedon stuff, and she is having nothing but Angel shit.
It's her first 3 episodes. Give her some time.
Fine. Anyway, we talked about that for a while. So,
yeah.
I don't even really remember what
I had to rant.
what the crew was doing while Angel was gone.
They were earning a living.
Yeah.
They were working in cases and making money and living their lives.
I feel like that would be if we had a hotel in LA today.
And it's an Art Deco hotel, because that one is.
Yeah. God, we would be rolling in it. And we
Oh,
could,
man.
we wouldn't... I would get rid of all the beds and turn it into one of those shared workspaces.
Oh, yeah.
For all the little,
For startups?
yeah, for startups and for
To
actors.
pay too much for?
And photography studios and things like that.
Yeah. And we could space out the rooms and have, oh, God.
We would be so rich.
I'm getting hard just thinking about it.
I know. She just poked me in the knee with it, so...
Yeah.
Stop that. I have a bruise now.
But yeah, just like a beautiful hotel that we could have so much space in, and invite people to collaborate on things, and just have this wonderful. Oh God,
I hate Art Deco.
I love Art Deco.
Yeah, I know. We're very different people design-wise.
We really are.
I'm all clean lines and modernism, and you're like...
I want decoration on some level. But the thing is, Art Deco is a lot of clean lines. It's just also has some decorative aspects. But they're very minimalist decorative aspects.
You never played BioShock, which is like... It's an undersea Art Deco city.
Okay. I'm in.
And it's founded on the principles of Ayn Rand.
Fascinating and terrible. Let's go right now.
Okay.
Oh my God, I have to tell you something offline later.
Okay. Save it for later.
Okay.
All right. Once again, we got derailed.
Sidetracked.
So Angel comes back because we knew he would.
Because we can't keep him away. Why can't I quit you, Angel?
Right. And Cordy has a vision.
Yeah, she does.
And apparently there is a blonde vampire who is running a crew and fucking shit up.
Yeah.
And this blonde vampire and him have a history.
But he doesn't realize that it's her. Not at first.
No, because she has a different haircut.
Yeah.
Guys normally don't notice that kind of thing.
No, or shoes. Ladies, all that effort you're putting into your shoes, they don't care.
I am a gay-ass man, and I do not notice shoes either.
Yeah.
So, this is what I'm telling you guys. Unless you're dating a guy with a foot fetish, the shoes are for you. So you do you, not what is going to get your boyfriend's attention.
I feel like a lot of the girls that listen to us are woke enough to know that, but for you three that don't, FYI, wear comfy shoes, because they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Angel goes to the place where this vision is.
Right.
And starts to counter fuck shit up.
Are we going to talk about what Elizabeth was doing to that poor couple?
I can't even remember. She's evil. She did evil things.
She said, like, the chick was in the back seat and the guy was in the front seat.
Oh,
and
yeah!
made him choose who's going to live.
That was actually fantastic. I loved that because it really delved into what her flavor of evil is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a lot better, like, even though she's only on screen for about 90 seconds, she's a lot better characterized than her boyfriend.
Yeah, well, that makes you kind of understand why he loved her. There's so much there!
Sure.
I mean, if you're evil and you love evil things, she was playing that evil like a violin. It was beautiful.
Okay.
I appreciate weird things. Anyway, so yeah, Angel hunts them down and stakes the entire vampire crew, including, Blondie Bear there, and steals her locket, which he suddenly realizes he made a terrible blunder.
I don't think he did.
Maybe not a blunder. He probably could have handled that in a different way that would not have, escalated in the same fashion.
Possibly. So, yeah, I rolling the dice still together after 200 years. I'll take those odds.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I'd get real sick of a person.
Seriously, I've never had a relationship last longer than 6 years. And I've tried. I've given it out a college try.
And it's just, I can't understand, at the same time it makes me want, you don't know, when you've been with someone that long, you don't know who you are without them. So.
Yeah.
So codependence is real, guys. Anyway, he stakes this vampire, and that's the crux of this episode, in that her boyfriend decides who is a vastly inferior actor and character.
Yes.
Decides to get his revenge.
It really would have been better if they had flipped it and she was the one coming for Angel.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been... It would have been sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apparently we see this happen off screen, that this vampire goes to a demon and gets a deal for immortality.
But for a limited time only.
Right. And we know that it is 6, but we don't know 6 what's.
6 hours, 6 minutes, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 years? It could be anything! Oh, the drama of it all. It's a pretty cheap, plot device. And it results in Angel and Cordy hiding in the sewers for most of the episode.
Right.
And
What were Gunn and Wesley up to? I don't even remember what they were doing.
Researching. Oh, they went to the thing to find out how long it was for and why exactly this guy was immortal all of a sudden. And to find out that he was immortal at all.
Yeah.
And they do, and they call, and then we have that classic trope of no bars.
Yeah.
I'm really sick of seeing this in movies and shows. If no one could ever do it again, I'd be okay with that.
Well, here's another thing. The actual service is a lot worse now than it was back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because so much of our bandwidth is dedicated to data.
Well, up until this weekend, I couldn't remember the last time I had truly no service. And this weekend, I went to a wedding on a ranch.
Yeah.
In the hills of California, in which, there's no service. And
between both of our hills.
There's a lot of hills.
I'm kidding. Let me do a bit, woman.
I can't let you do a bit that maligns my beloved mountains. We have so many hills, guys. So many.
Mm-hmm.
They're gorgeous. Come see our hills. Anyway, so, yeah, that's pretty much
you
it.
Don't like the trope of no bars, but I'm just like...
Well, because it's always like, oh my god, we have no recourse, and I'm just so over it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they SMS texting hadn't really taken off yet, and once that became a thing, nobody talked on the phone anymore.
Well, yeah, why would you when you don't have to be vulnerable like that?
Right. Also, you don't have to worry about service because, it'll wait till there is service and it'll send it.
Yeah, and then it'll just be there.
Exactly.
It's not like leaving a voicemail that they'll never check.
And I have 6 billion voicemails, and they're all from robocalls.
On my phone at work, I have 12 voicemails that I'm never going to listen to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is what is going on. So,
yeah. Eventually they get to a subway and then the guy turns to dust once Angel fends him off for a minute.
the one subway platform that we have in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We actually have quite a few. The thing is, that's the one that films the best, so that's where they always are.
It's true.
Yeah. So, and it looks suspiciously like the ones in DC.
I don't know. I've never tried to ride a subway in DC or Los Angeles for that matter. I refuse to ride the subway in an earthquake zone. That's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe I'll try someday. Maybe I'll be brave.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of the first episode. There's not a lot of meat to it.
Right. Well, there is a lot of arguing about what it means to love, especially as a vampire.
Okay, that's fair. And that is a question, especially as Angel is, delving into the depths of his grief. And I think it was kind of important when Cordy went to him and said, it's not your fault, right? And he's like, yeah, I know this vampire bullshit isn't my fault. And she's like, no, Buffy, you asshole. What did you think about that?
I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to get invested in Angel's pain because he's such a... Like, I'm so anti this relationship. And, seeing how much Buffy has grown being away from him.
Yes.
And then I'm supposed to treat Angel's feelings as something profound. I mean, yeah, that's an important thing to say to someone who's grieving, but at the same time, it's like, I found out a friend of mine died last week. I didn't know him that well.
I'm sorry, honey.
I know. I mean, and I found out it happened 2 years ago. We just hadn't talked in all this time.
Yeah, that always fucking sucks when you're like, shit.
Yeah. Anyway, it affected me in a much different way than it does someone who's close to you.
Right.
And I feel like he should be a little more like me and like, wow, let's pour one out rather than, oh my God, my love of my life is dead.
He thought they were going to get back together when she was older and more mature.
Yeah, I hope that never happens.
I suppose we have a couple seasons to find out.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I mean...
There's a lot that could happen.
Buffy could die again.
She could die again.
Right. Although they'll probably try to bring her back again.
How many resurrections does one bitch get? Seriously?
We don't even get any new Slayers out of it. Well, I don't know that.
She's not a kitty, Joss.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So, maybe she gets as many resurrections as there are reboots of Buffy.
I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
Because things are getting weird.
Yep. Where were we? Yeah, but we find out that Angel has easily sold out not just his Elizabeth and what the fuck is his name, but
whatever
Darla as well.
What do you mean?
He said when they got captured, he said, "Oh, they're at the docks."
Oh yeah, totally. But she left him to die that time in the barn. I mean, seriously, they really are selling each other out all the time, and they still love each other, which I think is sweet.
Yeah, they deserve each other. So.
Yeah. Angelus and Darla, total match made in heaven. That I can get behind. And it's not quite a marriage of equals, but almost.
I feel like she could do better, but...
Well, she's Darla. We kind of love her.
Yeah, we do love Darla.
I really wish she and Drew had been able to make it work.
Sure.
They're just pretty together.
They're pretty, but
look at them.
It gets to a point of, it's almost mud wrestling for me in that I see how aesthetically pleasing these two are, but I also see what Drusilla is actually like.
So when Drusilla has her kind of lucid moments and she's totally capable, that's the Drusilla I hold in my heart.
Okay.
And I think she could be more like that if she was coddled less, and I think Darla's the one to not coddle.
Okay. Well.
That's just me.
Yeah, so there's a showdown in the subway, and our friend, whose name I don't even remember...
That guy.
His timer runs out, and he fades to dust. And of course, Angel leaves a mess for the poor custodian to...
Yeah, like, seriously, he should just bring a little broom and dustpan everywhere he goes.
I would use a dustbuster.
That's a great idea. You could carry that easily in a satchel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could carry it in that giant-ass fucking coat he wears.
It's true.
I used to have a duster like that. You can fit so much shit in there.
Yeah, the pockets are deep, and there's always one in the breast on the inside, so no one can steal your wallet or phone.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want that coat right now.
Yeah, I just wish, like, I had it when I was a late teenager, so I didn't, like... There wasn't devices to carry around.
Right. You just had a wallet.
Like, we didn't have our vapes.
Yeah.
Like, there was just a wallet and your keys, and that was it.
Now I want a vape.
Please check out Unspoiled Podcast's sponsor for this episode, Mongoose Dog Designs. Mongoose Dog Designs is where fiber art and your geeky imagination come together. Come check out our hand-crocheted Nintendo, Pokemon, and Lovecraft characters, or order a custom item to rep your favorite fandom from Harry Potter to Doctor Who. With an array of ideas and a willingness to bring what you want to life, Mongoose Dog Designs is here to make it happen. We even make wearable items like wristbands and hats. Use offer code UNSPOILED and Mongoose Dog Designs will donate 20% of your order to the Unspoiled Podcast Network to help support the show find a bigger audience. You can find them at facebook.com/Mongoose Dog Designs or etsy.com/shop/Mongoose Dog Designs. Thank you so much, and on with the show.
Anyway, to be fair though, that wasn't a duster. His is kind of just below hip length.
Okay.
It's that cut. It's
Sure.
like a blazer, only in leather.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he talks about it a lot. He's really into that coat. It's not the best
Why
coat.
is anyone into coats in Los Angeles?
Because he only comes out at night. And in the winter, it does get nippy.
I know.
But that said, he has no body temperature. It's really about the look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the next episode.
The next episode involves Wolfram and Hart.
Yeah.
Still, nothing has come of Wolfram Hart. And I'm a little angry about that.
It might just be a name.
No, because why would they give that to us?
Why would they?
Because there has to be a connection between, like, the books that they were reading and the name of the firm.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't have any further speculations on that, but I want... Wolfram and Hart is a lot more interesting than Angel is.
So, I think those books were to, explain to us that Wolfram and Hart is in a lot of dimensions, and sometimes they don't have to be an evil law firm because they can be some other evil bureaucracy like the church.
Okay, sure.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
Sure, but what are their goals? So,
Who's
anyway.
to say? We're
Lila
still
is
exploring
fucking
that.
up shit. And
yeah, she is. She's got Lindsay's office, and she's ready to roll.
We have one of my favorite actors, Jamie Krista. If you're still listening, yes, it is Jin, who is he is on Lost, and he is an incredible actor.
He's a solid. Hey, it's that guy.
No, he's amazing.
He gets a name.
Yes, he gets a name.
Well, I don't know his name, so he's a solid. Hey, it's that guy because he's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and he's like I really like his work on Lost in that he speaks not a word of Korean, and his character speaks not a word of English.
So he had to learn it phonetically?
He has to learn it phonetically, and one of his co-stars teaches him how to say things phonetically, but he's really good at it. Like,
good for him.
Like, there's a great scene where he's telling a scary story with a flashlight, and he's just like saying things, and he goes, ah, and it's hilarious.
And no one can fucking understand him.
Right. But
including us.
But no, he has friends in it. Like, even though nobody understands a word, he's got friends, and like he's incredibly funny with it, and I love him for it. So
now I kind of want to watch Lost just for that moment.
I think you would really enjoy Lost. I feel like when we're done with Buffy, I think we should make like a weekly Lost thing.
I kind of need to like clear some time in my life and just let myself binge something on my own without having to keep to anyone else's schedule and not having to like wait for anyone. And I figure Lost is perfect because everyone else in the universe has seen it.
Yeah.
And so I might take a month and just fall down a Lost hole.
Okay. That is a good plan.
A friend recommended to me that like if I'm feeling as tired as I am, I might need to do some self-care in that, like, I need to do something I actually want to do and just let myself indulge in that. And I think that might be it.
That might be it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's super good. As Michelle Rodriguez.
I do love her.
Mm-hmm. We all do.
How can you not? She's so...
Straight men don't like her.
It's because they know they'll never get it in.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah. Wolfram and Hart is pulling some shit.
Yeah, they are.
And I was a little mad.
About what?
Because the guy they hired to give her visions and the plague is Cal Penn.
Yeah.
Who was also in Beer Bad. And he's one actor playing two people in the Buffyverse, and the world is... So, that's not okay.
He played two... Sometimes people look alike. I can't believe you're not talking about the other stuff he's been in.
Harold and Kumar?
Yeah. And then he went on to...
24.
And then he went on to...
House.
And then he went on to...
The White House?
Yes!
Like, he was there for like 9 months and didn't really have a good job, so...
I don't care the fact that there was, like, a Buffy actor in the White House. It brings me so much joy. And the fact that you know his entire career that well is startling.
I know things.
I know you're the human IMDb, but that's a stretch even for you. Admit it. That's creepy.
No.
Guys, write in and tell him that's creepy. Off the top of his head, he didn't Google anything. His phone was not in his hands. He just knew it, guys.
It's Cal Penn.
Yes, it is.
There's a finite amount of South Asian actors on my TV.
It's true. And
like there's him, Aziz Ansari, and Asif Manvi.
Yeah. He makes up 1/3 of how many we get. And he does a great job, and I think he does a good job in this.
Sure. I guess, so the plan here is they're going to have him send visions to her, and the visions are going to be so strong that she's going to get the plagues, all 7 of the plagues.
She didn't get Rain of Toads. The Nile did not turn to blood.
We got Rain of Toads.
Yeah, we did.
Guys, I know this. It's been like 2 weeks since we recorded, but just yesterday we learned what Stormy Daniels had to say about a certain person's junk.
Yeah, and I did not need that image, and I'll never play Mario Kart the same way again.
Hey, you know what? In our lifetimes, we have learned extremely disgusting details about not 1, but 2 presidents' penises. Wow. I don't remember the last one, though, because I was too young to be able to understand what that scandal was about. Yeah. It was Clinton. So. Yeah. This was before Lewinsky even fucking happened. This was... Wow. Yeah. Is Bill stacked? He's curved. Oh. Huh. Yeah. It was a whole thing. They talked about it on CNN and Rush Limbaugh. I was like 12. I didn't understand. I did. I didn't want... Well, you have one. For me, it was just like this foreign idea. Yeah. I didn't know they could be curved. Anyway, yes, the plagues are happening to poor Cordelia. And Lila is behind them. She's hired Cal Penn to make them happen. Yeah. Which, honestly, touche, Lila. That's some, like, slick, manipulative shit. Yeah. Well, I'm not disappointed with Lila. I'm disappointed that yet again we have Cordelia being placed in very nasty bodily harm.
Well, she's a conduit for inspiration for whatever heroic deed they're going to do next.
Right.
So, I mean, she is the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, and she's also a woman in a really bro-y show.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were torturing anyone else.
Yeah, like maybe Angel.
Or Gunn. Or Wesley. Actually, Wesley has had some torture during this show.
Yeah.
But Gunn has not. And Angel will never suffer enough.
Yeah. So, also he likes suffering because it gives him a reason to be.
Yeah, he feels like he deserves it in that Catholic way, and he does. But it's just not fun to watch. Like, I really want him to break down and scream. I don't want him to take it stoically like a man.
You're
I
right.
want him to actually suffer.
Sure. Yeah, and so the deal is that in order to save Cordelia, he needs to break a guy out of demon prison.
Yeah. Where he has... And, okay, so it's not just demon prison. It's good side demon prison, which I really kind of like how they work that in. It's like, shit, we're fighting against the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently there's some book where it's all written down who's good and who's bad. Who knew?
Yeah.
If only life was that easy. IRS, good or evil. It's in the book. Just look it up.
Yeah, I have complicated thoughts on that. So
We all do. That's the point.
Don't get me started, or like, here's our podcast about monetary theory, starring bitches and money.
Money! Okay, moving right along, we get back to Angel goes and he gathers all of these things that he needs to get to the prison almost by accident, because Cordy's having the visions and we don't know we're being manipulated yet.
Right.
But they figure out they're being manipulated and he does it anyway. How do you feel about that?
It seems inevitable. Like, Angel's not smart enough to find a way to both save Cordelia and deprive Wolfram and Hart of what they want.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys, about my squeaky chair. I need to oil it, but I don't have any oil, and I didn't want to go out at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday.
I've got WD-40 downstairs, bro. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so sorry about the sounds. I promise I'm not, like, having a tummy ache.
Yeah, and guys, I'm sorry I'm a little drunk.
She's a little drunk.
It's been a pretty rough day.
Yeah. She filled the hot tub with scotch and splashed around in it.
It's not scotch, it's Irish whiskey. Thank
Okay.
you very much. Anyway, point being, Angel gathers all these things.
So there's a coin. Oh, wait, we forgot about the Chinese shop owners.
Oh, do we have to? I thought that was kind of racist.
I mean,
it's a trope, and I get it. They do demon kung fu, and he gets all of their coin and stick thingy. What I want to talk about is how good care Phantom Dennis takes of Cordelia.
I will come back to that. But
Okay.
about the Chinese people, what I wanted to say is that, like, I totally understand how problematic the scene is, but I loved the fact that someone is giving Angel shit and he's having trouble. Like, I love seeing him get knocked down a peg.
That is totally fair.
Right.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, but can we please talk about the Phantom Dennis?
Yeah, Phantom Dennis is kind of a sweetheart, and he bathes Cordelia, and he makes sure that she does her self-care, which we all have problems doing.
Yeah, he's just kind of there, silently supporting her by making things just a little bit easier.
Yeah, I feel like Phantom Dennis has to be frustrated in that he can't hold conversation.
I feel like he has to be frustrated in that he can't hold her and make it better. Because if anyone needed a hug, it was Cordy that day.
That's fair.
Yeah. Do you think the Phantom Dennis is in love with Cordelia?
I hope not. Like, I think there's a severe dearth of male-female platonic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like, and let's be fair, the Buffyverse is not actually good. about this.
No, everyone
Because everyone has had a thing with Xander. Either they fucked Xander,
God.
Xander's had a crush on them, they've made out a few times, or they're actively dating Xander.
Yeah.
The only one who hasn't is Tara.
Because she's solidly gay.
Exactly. And she's not even in the main cast.
And Xander never interacts with her.
Right.
And yeah, he's the only, like, solid non-father figure penis on site, so obviously all the girls have to take a whack at him, apparently. Damn it, Joss, I hate you!
Yeah. So, like, I mean, that's a logical thing to do, but it's so tired, and I would really like to see Cordelia have an actual friend.
And seriously, he could just be grateful to her for figuring out his murder mystery and saving him from a lifetime with Mom in the walls.
Right.
Because that had to suck.
Yep, it sure did. So,
yeah.
So now we have to talk about the jail scene.
Yeah.
This was really good.
I wanted to make sure we did Dennis before we got to Skip.
Right.
Skip is a doll.
Yeah, Skip is great.
I want to bring him home and just, like, sit and watch TV with him and have a couple beers.
That's how I would, like, and it's completely predictable that he would behave this way, too. Yeah. And it's like, oh.
Skip, you like pot roast? Because we can make a pot roast.
Okay.
I just want to hang out with him. He's so cool.
Yeah, like, he's a sports guy, though.
He's a regular guy.
Yeah,
and
we're
I
not
appreciate
good at those.
that in a demon. Oh, you know what? There's hockey. I like hockey.
You like hockey?
Yeah. Hockey's super fun.
This is new information for me.
There's stuff happening all the time. And sometimes it's fighting, which is really exciting. And yeah, hockey's fun. There's skating, so you get to play with physics.
Okay. It seems like a hard bar to entry. But I also grew up in Texas where we've never even heard of hockey.
Well, yeah, because it's really hot.
I, like, literally watched Wayne's World and I'm like, what are they doing in the street? Why is there a soccer net?
Yeah, hockey's a thing. Well, the thing is, hockey is just soccer on ice.
Is it?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pads and there's sticks.
Well, yeah, because you can't kick stuff if you have knives strapped to your feet. So you gotta think of some other way to move the object. But if you think
feels like the best time to be kicking things.
Well, I agree. But here's the thing. If you look at how hockey's played and look how soccer's played, a lot of the strategy is basically the same.
Okay.
Not so many head bobs to the net thing, whatever they do with their balls. Anyway, but there's a lot of the same kind of passing of the object that scores. And it's kind of neat to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And fun to play on Nintendo. Oh man, video hockey is so fun.
Okay. I mean, let's go back to Skip.
Okay, back to Skip.
Skip is like, he's a regular Joe. He's got a job that is guarding this guy who's constantly on fire.
Yes.
And
what keeps him on fire?
I don't know.
Skip's will.
Oh, that's right.
They cover that. He's like, what makes him on fire? My will. What keeps him in there? My will. Mm-hmm. That's badass. Go Skip.
Yeah, and they have this really good conversation where, like, you're a vampire, but I smell that you're on my side. That's weird.
Yeah.
And they introduce each other and they have a little conversation and he's like, I need to break this guy out. And Skip's like,
I need to stop you.
Yeah. And there's respect between the two of them.
Yeah. And Skip's like, you sure you want to do this? It's like, Angel's like, yeah, I think I do. And then Angel tries to say something else and Skip fucking sucker punches him. Mm-hmm. Go Skip! Good job, buddy. Way to do your job. That's integrity.
Mm-hmm. That was really good. And like, I thought where this was going to go was that Angel was going to have to, I don't know, capture someone of equal or greater value.
This isn't a 2-for-1 coupon.
Well, no, I meant like, okay, well, we can't let him go. This guy's terrible. You need to find someone more terrible so that the world is, on balance, less terrible for having made this exchange.
So Angel has to go find Mecha Hitler? What?
Well, I don't know who this dude is. Like, what if he
parked in the wrong place?
What if he peed on a meter maid?
How old's the meter maid? That's
70.
very important. Oh, man. That's not worse than a 14-year-old, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they fight.
Mm-hmm.
Angel wins. It was a little
Angel
sad.
does a Menchie thing, though. There's that point where Skip is about to be pulled into the fireplace. That came out wrong. The place of fire with the prisoner dude. Because the prisoner dude manages to lock his flamey little hands on him. And Angel saves Skip from that terrible, terrible fate. And then knocks him out so that the fire turns off. What did you think about that?
I just really hope we see more of Skip.
Yeah, me too.
It was Menchie, but at the same time, like, he can't not do that because he's the hero, and
Yeah,
we're
he's
still...
supposed to be on the side of good.
Right.
I think perhaps if he had let Skip be pulled into the flames, his base identifier might have shifted.
That might be true. Yeah, so this guy is apparently very quiet. Does he even say a word the whole time?
I think he says something. Good-looking young man. Strapping.
Yeah. Doesn't seem traumatized by his maybe eternity in this
On fire.
personal hell.
Yeah.
So they meet, like, I'm sorry, guys. I know that everyone has seen Grease.
Even
Exactly where do you get your car in and out of the LA River?
We might have to explore this. Want to drive around the LA River?
No. I know my truck can probably make it out, but that shit's steep.
My truck can, but my truck has four-wheel drive.
Yes.
Angel's car does not.
Right.
I'm sure there's an entrance somewhere.
Stop doing it, guys. It's stupid. It smells bad.
It does.
There's poo in it.
Well, okay, see, the thing about the LA River is that, like, 10 or 11 months out of the year, it's completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
And
so it's not an LA River, it's an LA creek.
Yeah, well, it's not even a creek. It's an LA concrete place where rain runoff can happen if we ever had rain. But when there is no rain, which again is most of the time, the homeless live down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like this isolated place where they could have a clandestine meeting. It's full of people. Homeless people are just chilling all over the place. They're not super obvious. They hide, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to have your meeting there. Go to a parking garage like everyone else.
Right. We know they have parking garages to film in.
Yeah, those are fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the meeting goes down. The prisoner is exchanged. Cordy is let off the hook, and Angel throws, what was it, the jack? Rebar, and kills a random ass blonde dude.
No, he killed fucking Kumar.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's who he killed. He killed the guy with your actor guy.
Okay.
With the brain head?
I looked at that and I'm like, who is the blonde person?
No, he wasn't blonde. He just had a brain for hair.
Ah.
And that's the thing. They show Lila talking to the guy and him rolling up the window, and then Cordy gets better, so Angel knows that it's him. They very carefully lay out this whole thing so that Angel can kill him so that he can't do that to Cordy again.
No, I saw that. It's just when I see him dead, it was a quick flash, and I'm like, who's that blonde person?
No, that's Brain, not blonde.
Okay. I thought it was like some random blonde henchman she had in the car, and I'm like, who?
No, it's just pink brains.
Also, his skin looks a lot lighter, so I was like, oh, that's not...
Well, death pallor.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Brain Pen is dead. Brain Pen. There's more puns in there, but we're going to stop.
Please.
All right. Yeah, And he says to Lila, if you ever harm her again, I'm going to kill you.
No, he says, if you ever come at me through Cordy again, I will fucking kill you.
Right.
Well, he doesn't say fucking, but everything else is word perfect.
He may... All right. Does he have the same affection for the other members of his crew?
Who's to say?
He fights with Gunn often enough that I feel like that would...
That they're kind of broy.
I don't think he would make the same threat if they came out after him through Gunn.
I feel like he would make the same threat, but he'll only follow through with it for Cordy.
Okay. Anyway, those are our episodes, guys. So we are on season 3 of Angel.
We did it!
Yep. So I'm going to give you, here's another plug for you guys that we've, apparently we're being sponsored by another podcast now.
What?
It's called the Day 11 Podcast. Guess what they review?
I have no idea.
Podcasts.
What?
Yes. So they've gone through and they've done, their survey of Westworld podcasts, and now they're moving on to Better Call Saul podcasts.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, they're a sponsor of our show.
I'm actually interested in Better Call Saul podcasts. That was a great show.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the parts I saw was pretty
anyway,
good.
Maybe you should download Day 11 podcasts so that you can see which podcasts are most interesting.
I think I might. That might be happening right now, guys.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So, we have one more listener for you guys.
Hot
See?
diggity.
Advertising works.
It does. It's working on me right now.
Anyway, guys, it's really hot, and we read New Patrons 3 days ago.
And I'm hungry.
Yeah, and this one's hungry, and she's drank, half her body weight in Irish whiskey.
Hey, you know what? I got some shit news.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with Podcast World. Everything's fine. But I needed a little help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to say goodbye now because we want to go do other things. We love you. Bye!
Bye!
That was an Unspoiled Network podcast.